You have to understand that when we talk about food, we're not merely talking about calories or taste preferences. We're talking about the foundation upon which your capacity to function is built. And sweet potatoes, humble as they may seem, represent something far more significant than a seasonal side dish. They are a nutritional anchor, a stable base from which your body and mind can operate effectively. Consider this: your physiology shapes your psychology. If your blood sugar rises sharply and then collapses, your mood follows that same chaotic rhythm. Irritability, fatigue, mental fog, these are not moral failures. They are often biological consequences. Sweet potatoes, with their complex carbohydrates and fiber, release energy gradually. That steady release matters. It stabilizes your internal environment. And when your internal environment is stable, you're more disciplined, more patient, more capable of making decisions aligned with your long-term goals rather than your short-term impulses. Then there's beta-carotene, converted into vitamin A, which supports vision, immune resilience, and cellular integrity. To move forward in life, you must see clearly. And while no vegetable grants existential clarity, maintaining the health of the system through which you perceive the world is not trivial. Your eyes, your immune defenses, your skin, these are interfaces between you and reality. Strengthen them, and you strengthen your engagement with the world. Sweet potatoes are also rich in antioxidants. That means they help counter oxidative stress, the slow, silent damage that accumulates over time. And that's a powerful metaphor for life itself. The small, consistent protections you put in place today prevent breakdown tomorrow. Health is rarely lost in a single dramatic moment. It erodes quietly through neglect. Conversely, it is built quietly through wise, repeated choices. So when you choose something as simple as a sweet potato over a refined, processed alternative, you are practicing foresight. You are telling yourself that your future matters. And that daily act of responsibility compounds. Your life is shaped by what you repeatedly put into your body. Choose stability, and you choose strength. Now, when we move from energy stability to digestion, we're not shifting to a trivial concern. We're moving deeper into the core of how your body regulates itself. Because your gut is not merely a food processing tube, it is a complex, intelligent system, one that communicates constantly with your brain, your immune system, and even your emotional state. And sweet potatoes, surprisingly, play a meaningful role here. They are rich in fiber, particularly when consumed with the skin, and that fiber does something profound. It feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Those microbes, invisible to you, form an ecosystem that influences everything from nutrient absorption to mood regulation. If that ecosystem is neglected, you don't just experience digestive discomfort. You experience systemic instability. Inflammation increases. Energy becomes erratic. Even anxiety and low mood can become more pronounced. The gut and the mind are not separate domains. They are partners in constant dialogue. And here's the deeper issue. Modern life is inflammatory. Chronic stress, processed foods, lack of sleep, all of it pushes the body toward a low-grade, persistent state of internal conflict. Over time, that inflammation contributes to metabolic disorders, cardiovascular strain, and cognitive decline. Sweet potatoes, especially the richly colored orange and purple varieties, contain antioxidants that help counter that oxidative stress. They don't magically erase damage, but they reduce the burden. They help restore equilibrium. Equilibrium is an underestimated virtue. In your body, as in your life, chaos accumulates when balance is ignored. Small daily habits either stabilize you or destabilize you. There is no neutral ground. And when you choose foods that nourish your microbiome and calm inflammation, you are choosing order over disorder at a biological level. That matters more than we tend to admit. Because when your body is inflamed, you are less resilient. You are more reactive. You are more easily overwhelmed. But when your internal systems are functioning smoothly, you have greater emotional range, greater clarity, and greater endurance. So understand this. Caring for your gut is not vanity. It is responsibility. When you support the ecosystem within you, you strengthen the foundation of your mind and body. And what you nurture internally determines how powerfully you can stand externally. Now, let's push this one step further, into performance. Because it's one thing to be stable, it's another thing entirely to be capable. And capability is what allows you to shoulder responsibility, to pursue ambition, to endure difficulty without collapsing under it. Sweet potatoes provide complex carbohydrates that replenish glycogen stores steadily and efficiently. That's not just biochemical trivia. Glycogen is stored energy. It's what your muscles and brain draw upon when you demand effort from yourself. When those reserves are unstable or depleted, fatigue isn't merely physical. It becomes psychological. Your willingness to persist diminishes. Your tolerance for challenge shrinks. You start negotiating with yourself at the first sign of discomfort. Athletes understand this intuitively. That's why many of them rely on whole, unprocessed carbohydrate sources like sweet potatoes. They need sustained output, not a sharp spike followed by a crash. But you don't have to be a professional athlete to require endurance. Modern life demands cognitive stamina. It demands that you focus for long stretches, regulate your emotions under pressure, and continue moving forward when distractions are everywhere. Sweet potatoes also provide potassium, which supports muscle contraction and nerve signaling, and vitamin C, which contributes to tissue repair and immune defense. These are not isolated nutrients, they are part of a coordinated system that enables recovery. And recovery is essential. You cannot perform without it. You cannot grow stronger without cycles of stress and restoration. Here's the deeper truth. When your body is consistently fueled with stable, nutrient-dense food, you reduce unnecessary friction. You stop fighting avoidable battles against exhaustion and brain fog. That frees up energy for meaningful struggle, the kind that leads to growth rather than burnout. There is a philosophical principle embedded here. Energy is finite. Where you allocate it determines your trajectory. If poor nutrition drains you, your potential narrows. But if you nourish yourself deliberately, you expand your capacity to act with strength and precision. So don't underestimate the discipline of choosing better fuel. Because sustained energy is not just about productivity, it is about becoming someone who can carry weight without breaking. Feed your body like your future depends on it, because it does.